So we discussed about the power and the access, right? That the the groups who are minority, they actually have power with the issue with the power and access to resources. And also, if you see, I explained that if there are 10 people in team A and team B is having 3 people, and if voting is being done for something, for any of the thing, obviously those 10 people will vote together and they will win the vote, right? So like this, the power will remain with the majority. Yes, and that is why minorities needed support, special support from government. Because see, if there are like I told team A 10 and team B 3, and there is one law to be passed, okay, and in that suppose some benefit is special benefit is to be given to the this team B, but team A does not want that. They don't want to give any special treatment to the team B. In that situation, if voting is being done, obviously team A will win the voting, right? So, like this, if you see, they minorities always remain in the are in the vulnerable group. That means they are always prone to the problems. If problem comes, who will suffer first? Obviously, the marginalized will suffer first. So, as I told, they need support from the government. Some safeguard are needed for this. Okay. Some safeguards are needed for the minority to protect them, right? So our constitution provides this safeguard. The safeguard which is needed for minorities to save them, to save their culture and tradition, our constitution provides that safeguard. Okay. It is committed to protecting equality as well as justice. Right? We have the clause equality and justice in our constitution. Right? Equal justice will be given to everyone. Equal equality will be there. Now the main theme of our constitution is equality. Right? Suppose if the minorities are not given equality, in that case they can go for the justice. They can demand for the justice. Right? Then they can go to the judiciary. Then the role of judiciary comes. Right? In judiciary, if their rights are violated, the rights can be restored by the judiciary. Understood? The whole thing. Any question? Anyone, any question till now? Any question? Okay. So now we will discuss about the Muslims who are marginalized. Muslims and marginalized. Okay. say that we have SC, ST, then why are we reading about Muslims? So that also we will understand why we are reading about them specially. So according to 2011 census, the Muslims were 14.2% of total population of India. Okay. So they came in minority, right? Only 14.2% of total population were Muslims. So they came in minority. Now they were deprived of the benefits of socio-economic development. Socio-economic development. Okay. We have one data, how they were deprived of the benefit. For that, we have a data. In that data, access to basic amenities. Access to basic amenities during 2008 and 2009. During 2008-9, which group were having how much access to basic amenities? In this, one more thing I forgot to tell you, that we just discussed that these minorities are set, right? So on what basis it is set? Like I gave you example of gender, right? Men, women, like class 8 example. So in our society, on what basis these minorities are fixed? So that is on the basis of religion and linguistic language. Religion and language. On the basis of religion and on the basis of language, we have this minority and majority group in society. Understood? So this question may come, on which basis you have minorities and majorities divided in the society. So on the basis of religion and linguistic. Linguistic is language. Okay. So we have that data. We will go through the data to understand more this one. Deprived of the benefits. How they are deprived of the benefits. So we have regional community. In that we have Hindus, then you have Muslims, then you have Christians, then you have Christians, and then you have Sikh. Okay. Now, what are the basic things which we are taking? So we have Pakka house, electricity, then you have tap water. So here you see the Hindus have 65.4% Hindus. They have access to Pakka house, whereas Muslims 63.8%. When you go to Christians, they have 69.3%. When you go to Sikhs, 91.3%. The highest, the Sikh people have access to the Pakka house, and lowest Muslims. Lowest are Muslims, 63.8%. That means others are not having access to Pakka house. Then you have electricity. Hindus 75.2%, Muslims 67.5%. Then you have Christians 86.3%. Sorry, 86.2%, and 96.0% you have Christians. The Sikhs. So Sikhs have highest and Muslims are the lowest. So only 60 access to electricity. Others don't have access to electricity. Tap water is 43.7 Hindus, then 35.8% Muslim, 48.0% Christian, and 49.3% Sikh. So highest we will see Sikh, and the lowest we will see Muslims. 35.8%. Only 35.8% people having access to tap water. Others are managing in different way. So here you see, in every section we see the Muslims are not, they are minorities, right? They are having very less access to the basic amenities. So this data proves this line, deprived of the benefits. This line is being proved by this data, right? Any questions till now, anyone? Any question, anyone? Okay, so for this what happened, government set up a high level committee in 2005. Just a minute, huh? So in 2005 there was a high level committee set up by government. What was the work of this committee? Okay, this committee was chaired by educational status of the Muslim community of India. Rajendra Sachar. And what was the motive? The motive was to know the social, economical and educational status of the Muslim community of India. Social, economic and educational status of the Muslim community of India. This was the motive of this committee. Okay, so the Prime Minister the government set up a committee, and it was chaired by Rajendra Sachar, and the motive was to find out the economic, social, economic, educational status of the Muslim community of India. Understood? So he gave his report after the after examining all the facts. He gave his report. So in this report, I will just read out. Okay, it highlighted the marginalization of the community. That means, yes, the report told that Muslims were marginalized And according to the report, the average years of schooling for Muslim children was between 7 to 16 years. Okay, and much lower than that of the other socio-religious community. So if you see the children between the age of 7 to 16, we are going to the school, and this is very lower if you compare it to other communities. Okay, also other minorities are also there, like if you see Buddhism, Jainism, they are also minority, right? But if you meet a Jain lady, you will not able to find it that the woman is Jain till the time you are not asking name and other thing. Okay, by the appearance you cannot understand that the person is Jain or Buddhist. That you cannot understand with the appearance, because they don't have any special kind of significant appearance. But that was not the case in Muslims. So these Muslims, like I will read it, like other minorities, Muslim customs and practices are sometimes quite distinct from what is seen as the mainstream. So they are sometimes seen different. Why different? How they are seen different? So as I told, if you see a Jain lady, you will not understand she is a Jain lady, or the man is following the Jainism by the appearance. But Muslims, the women wear burqa. By that only you can understand they are Muslim. The men will keep a long beard. So by that also you can understand they wear face. That also you can understand. By the appearance only you can understand that they are Muslim. Right? So they are not like other minorities. Other minorities do not have that kind of spatial appearance which shows the religion. But Muslims have. Their appearance make them different in the society. And it shows the difference. And that is why the mainstream people just corner them. Understood? So, because of this social marginalization, what happened? Muslims have to migrate from one place to another because of the exclusion. Many times you would have seen that in a Hindu, everywhere in a society, in a colony, only Hindus are living, one or two Muslims are there. So they are facing many kind of issues, they are selling their home and they are going to other place. So this kind of migrations may take place. And with the migration, what all problems are there, you already know, right? So migration may take place, then there will be ghettoization of community. Now you will understand, you will ask what is ghettoization. So this is basically a German word. Okay, this comes from a German word. It means like people live in group. Okay, they live in group. As I told, many Hindus are there, one or two Muslims are there, so they will have problem. But what they do, they basically go and they make their own colonies. Okay, they make their own colonies. Like all, if Muslims will be found, you will see the whole colony is of Muslims. Understood? So they keep them, they make a colony for them. Understood? So that is called ghettoization. Understood? They will make different colony for them, and that way also they are excluded from the mainstream society. Right? The people will act like that is Muslim colony. Okay? So like that, they are still differentiated. Okay? Then these prejudice leads to hatred and violence. And sometimes these kind of, if you keep excluding some people, obviously they will be full of hatred and they will be violent at some point of time, right? And as I told, there is a link between social marginalization and economic marginalization, right? I explained that. The same thing, like if a person is having a store and he is excluded from the society, no one will go to his store, no one will buy products, he will not have customers. So economically also he will suffer. The same thing is applicable here also. Suppose in a Hindu society, a Muslim is living, he is having shop, the people are not going, excluded him from everywhere. So that kind of situation these people have to follow. So what should be the change? What is the change? Here it should be. So the change should be from both the sides, from mainstream society also and from the marginalized people also. Mainstream society have to break the prejudice. And they have to understand that these minorities are an integral part of our country. They cannot be separated. They are the integral part of our country. They cannot be separated. That kind of mindset should be maintained, should be raised in the mainstream society. As well as the marginalized who are showing by their appearance that we are different, that should be stopped. Right? They should also show the unity, right? With the appearance, with the other kind of acts, they should not show that we are. Understood? So this is the thing which should be done in the society. Questions may come from these topics. These are very important topics. So please remember this. Okay. Thank you everyone for today.